Hi everyone. So I was going to do this live, but then I decided that I wasn't going to do it live because I was going to share this on YouTube because I thought this was something that I really needed to share and to talk about. So I have been over the last, I'd say, a couple hours. I've been really distraught and really upset, like just holding it within my heart, just trying not to say anything about it. But so we all know about the death of George Floyd, and we know about what's going on with the protests and the riots and the burning of buildings and the looting and hurting and the violence and the, I don't know if I said violence, but and the violence that is going on, and people are being hurt. So I basically, I voiced my opinion about a few things on Facebook, and you know, there's so much that I'm seeing. So anyway, I was trying to write something. So I've been watching a little bit of the news. I don't watch the news a lot, but I do watch a little bit of it. And I'm distraught. I'm distraught and I'm upset that I know it might not look like I'm upset, but I am. I hold it very well in my heart. And I have to say, about a month ago, I told a friend that I had a really bad feeling, and there was a lot of stuff going on. Just so many things happening, just between the COVID-19 thing and, the kids being out of school and homeschooling and my business being closed. And there's just so many things that were going on, but it was not that kind of a feeling. We did have, I guess it was definitely a month ago. It was over a month ago, maybe. It wasn't a feeling of that kind of a feeling. I had a feeling within my heart that something bad was going to happen. I didn't know when, I didn't know what, I didn't know how, I didn't know any of that. I just know that God put that on my heart. I am a firm believer in God, okay? And I say this because of what I'm going to talk to you about. I believe in God, and nobody will ever change that, ever again in my life. I went through a really difficult time in my life, and it brought me to know God and have a personal relationship with Him. And it'll be 4 years coming this October, and it has been the best decision I've ever made, was to give myself, give my life, give my trust, give my all to God, because I knew that He was the only one that I could go to at that point. And in relation to that, through these past almost 4 years, seeing what I'm seeing, all that, I have a gift of discernment. I feel things within my heart. God puts things on me. I can't explain it. Sometimes it's frustrating and it's freaky and it's scary because you know that something's going to happen and you don't know. You don't really know. See, because God's not going to tell me what's going to happen. I'm not going to know. Only God could know what's going to happen. But what's happening right now in the last week or so, this is it. And it's the start of it. This is the start of a huge, huge, huge thing. And it is not good. It is not good. I will tell you that God is putting it on my soul right now. And how I know this is that I'm going to tell you because I believe in God, I love God, I trust God, I let God lead me, because whenever I try to lead myself, something just doesn't work out. when I give it my all, when I give it all to the Lord, I'm led, and I can't explain to you, but I'm led to everything good. But I'm also led to knowing something is happening, but I don't know what it is. And it's like God saying, just trust me, just trust me, just trust me. And it's emotional because I do trust him. And right now, what we're looking at in the world right now, what we're looking at in all of these states going on here in our country, in the United States, it is very overwhelming. It is very overwhelming and very emotional, because what God put on me a month ago, it's here. And I'm telling people, because I'm saying this out loud, because I know that he's put it on my heart to be on here and to say this, that I was trying several times to just write over the last few hours, just something on Facebook, and just something to voice what I'm feeling right here, like this ill, sick feeling that I'm just feeling over what I'm watching right now unfold in our country. And it seems to be unfolding in other countries, and I'm watching it, and it's just, I can't explain it. And every time I went to write it on Facebook, I couldn't. It was like God was saying, no, this isn't where you're supposed to be doing this. So I sat on the couch for a minute. Everybody's asleep. And this just happened maybe not even 15 minutes ago. I sat on the couch and I just said to God, what do you want me to do? Because obviously the last few days, I could show you some stuff I wrote down. I actually wrote a whole thing twice, maybe 3 times. And I took it and I copied it and I pasted it into my docs to save it. Because when something does happen, those words come from my heart, and it's coming from here, and God gives me that. And so I'm just voicing it, but I just couldn't get it out. I couldn't write it. I couldn't actually write it and share it and post it. So I just had to save it, because I'm like, well, I just couldn't get it out. So I'm sitting there about 15, 20 minutes ago now on my couch, and I'm like, what do I do? What do I do, God? Because I know you're giving me something here, and I know that you want me to talk about it and share it, and I'm not sharing it in the way, obviously, that he wants me to share it. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to share this the way that you want me to share it. Just show me, tell me, do you want me to just do a video? Because I really don't feel like doing a video right now. So just mind you right now, I did not want to do this right now, okay? This is not me, okay? It is me. It's me, obviously in the flesh, but not in the flesh, because this is my heart right now. This is where God told me to come, is get on here and do this, because I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to get on here. I didn't want to talk about it. And it's really emotional, because I sat there on the couch. I know I keep repeating myself, but I need you to hear me. I sat on the couch and I watched, and then there it was. There it was. And everybody knows I've been talking about what did I say? I posted on Facebook about our hearts are not right in this world right now. We are not right. Our hearts are not right. And it is sad. It is really sad. And it really hurts. It hurts because I know God is so upset right now. And he is mad. And he is so pissed off. He is just like, he gave his son for us to do this, to be like this. Now, mind you, almost 4 years ago, I probably would never even talk about anything like this, because I wasn't like, I knew there was God. I just didn't know. And I knew he was with me my whole entire life. I just didn't really know it. I didn't know he was standing next to me my whole entire life. But now I know, and sometimes it's really overwhelming, just like me coming on here right now and talking to you about this. But I'm talking to you because he is pissed off. He is pissed off. And that's that discernment that I get. So, okay, I'm sitting on the couch. There I go again, because I have to talk to you about all this stuff. So I'm watching Fox News, whatever. They're showing Nancy Pelosi and the whole Democratic gang getting on their knees for Black Lives Matter. And I will get into that in a minute. So I will get into that. This is maybe a little long, so I'm really sorry. It's already going into 11 minutes. I'm really sorry about that. But anyway, so this guy comes on. You have the number on the bottom, and he's a church guy. He's a believer in God, and he gets on the commercial. Obviously, you know, Fox, they're pretty, you know, they're firm believers in God. And it said that, now meanwhile, I asked God, what do you want me to do? Obviously, I've been trying to get this out for days now, and it's like I just can't get it out the way I need to get it out. So obviously you don't want me to get it out this way. So how do you want me to get it out? You want me to do a video? And I was like, okay. And then that shows up about the heart. This man says, you know, the world's heart doesn't have, like, something about the heart, something about not having the heart in the right place with God. And it was like, oh my God. Like, oh my God. I can't even explain it. And it was like, I just said that. The last thing that I was able to get out was about the heart. And that was there. Like, I don't know if anybody's watching Fox and sees that commercial about the heart. It talks about, you know, you can call this number, and something about, at the end he says, you know, we'll say this prayer together. I mean, I'm not making this stuff up. I'm not making this up, okay? It's really emotional, and I will tell you this right now. If people do not get their hearts right, and if people think by going out and protesting, rioting and looting, and walking around with signs, Black Lives Matter, if you think for a second that is going to prove something, you are surely wrong and mistaken. You have no idea, I'm telling you, you have no idea what is coming. You have no idea. And we're all in this world together, and it is sad. It is sad. It is sad. It is sad. You know, when God created us, he created us in his image, right? To be good, to not have hate, to not know hate, to not know any of that. He didn't want us to know any of that. And through the years, man got defiant. And we're still defiant. And he's getting pissed off because he has given us a chance. He has given us a chance. Every day he gives us a chance. We still have a chance right now to stop and pray, to stop the hate. And it's really sad because then you know, there's such a divide that's happening right now. I hope you guys understand that. I hope you guys are understanding what's happening right now. You realize that, right? That, how can I say this? Obviously, we have a lot of stuff going on in the world right now. Obviously, we're in election year. There are a lot of people who do not support Trump and hate Trump. They haven't from the moment that he got in office. It's funny how we just go about our daily lives, not thinking about things, just doing our thing, not knowing what's going on. And then we have this pandemic that hits us. And there are so many lies and so much betrayal behind that some is coming out and some is not. There's a lot of stuff that's not being said right now. And it will come out. It always does. It will come out. Just it's going to take some time. And the thing is this. We're in election year. And the Democrats, and I mean the Democrats like Pelosi and her whole gang, that whole clique over there, basically the House of Representatives. And obviously governors and senators and mayors and the whole Democratic political party. Their hands are in this. And I know I will probably throw some people off right now, but their hands are in this. And they're in it very deep because it's very political. The pandemic was a very political thing going on with that, and it still is. And now we have not we, but there was a reason created for what's happening right now today. Yesterday, the day before yesterday, and yesterday, just for over a week now. So you have now someone who videotapes a guy getting murdered. And the point of this whole protesting thing has totally gotten lost. It's a very political thing. And you can hear me or you cannot hear me. Whatever you decide you want to do. I know this is long, and it is now 17, almost 18 minutes in. And my nose is running. From getting emotional. Anyway, so it's a very political thing. So now we have a man who murdered a man. Now you can say this man is a cop that murdered this man. You can say this man is a white cop who murdered this man. You can say this cop who is white murdered a black man. There's a lot of ways that could go. But in the eyes of God, in the eyes of the Lord, it is a man murdering a man. There is no such thing as a white man murdering a black man in the eyes of the Lord. Are we lost in society? Are we lost in this country? Are we lost in this world right now? Our hearts are not in the right place because we have been so consumed with the past and what the past has done to us. And the past expresses evil, expresses not good things, a lot of the past. Why we keep reliving it is beyond God, because this is not what God created. But God does know, God is seeing, and God will have the last word. I assure you of that. So if people think that going around marching with White Lives Matter signs, Black Lives Matter signs, Hispanic Lives Matter signs, Asian Matters signs, you could go around ranting and raving about whatever you want to call the color of your skin. You can go around ranting and saying that it matters, that your skin color matters. It has nothing to do with that. Murder is murder. Whether you murder a white person, a black person, a Mexican person, an Asian person, we have grown in society to label ourselves as white people, black people. Oh, well, that white cop murdered that black man. Are we serious? That black cop murdered that white man. Or whatever. I don't know if I just said that right, but vice versa. Like, just turn it around. It doesn't matter. The point is lost. Because the point is, nobody deserves to be murdered. Nobody deserves to be murdered. Nobody. Nobody deserves to be murdered. And if you commit murder, or you are a, what do they call that? Can't even think of the word. If you're standing there and you're seeing someone get murdered and you're letting them get murdered, you are just as guilty. And what's happening now is a man was murdered by another man. And it gave the opportunity to push evil amongst the earth right now. Because if we all knew God and we all walked in faith, we knew the Bible, we would not be out there on the streets right now. Number one, protesting. Number two, looking at each other, identifying each other by the color of our skin. We would not be out there marching with signs talking about the color of our skin. We would not think that we are owed something, because the only person right now that is owed something right now is the Floyd family. They are owed respect. They are owed love. And they are owed kindness. And what's happened is it's not good. It's not good. And this is not what God wants. And it's really sad, because people actually are literally defying God right now. Defying him. You're being very defiant. And every single person who is being defiant right now, you will be judged accordingly. And if you think right now it doesn't matter, it does matter. It matters very much. It matters very much on how you are handling yourself right now in this situation. And it hurts me. It pains me. I have an ache in my body right now. Like, almost like I'm feeling a piece of what God's feeling right now. I have an ache in my body. I have an ache because we're all supposed to be loving each other. We're all supposed to be lifting each other up. We're all supposed to be just kind and and just loving on each other. Because we are all God's children. We are all God's creation. We are all beautiful. God made us all beautiful. He made us all unique. And here we are. Here we are creating division. Here we are, like, taking something that someone did that was not a good person and making it an even worse thing. This is terrible. This is a terrible thing what's going on right now. I get it. We have the right to have a voice. I get it. We have the right to protest, and I am not saying anything against that. But this is giving an opportunity. This is opening up a door that you do not want to walk in. You do not want to walk in that door. And if anyone has a heart, you will walk away from it. You will walk away from that door and you will stop, because we are beautiful no matter what the color of our skin is. We are beautiful, all of us. We're all beautiful. And I'm really having a hard time with this because I just know that this is wrong. When something is wrong, you can't just sit by and sit still. This is my protest. This is my protest right now. I will not get on those streets and hold signs, White Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter. I will not hold a sign for that, because I'm defying God if I do that. Because we are all human beings, and we have rights. And I get it that there are bad cops and there are good cops. There are bad doctors and there are good doctors. There are bad people and there are good people. But to go around trying to protest that cops should not hold value because of a few bad people, because those cops, they're people just like you and I. Just like those doctors, just because a few bad doctors does something doesn't mean that they're all bad. And somehow there is some kind of agenda here, and the agenda is evil. And I'm telling you right now, don't go in that door. Don't go in that door. You will regret going in that door. I promise you. And that is not my promise. That is God's promise. And I say this because I care. And it hurts me because I love everyone. I truly, truly love everyone. Like, I can't explain it. I can't explain what my heart feels. Like, I love everyone. And it hurts because it just hurts. It hurts a lot, because when you know your heart is hurting because you see everybody else just defying God, and you see everybody else just being mean and cruel, and just, you see the evil. You see it. I see it. I can't explain it, but it's a discerning thing, and I cannot explain it, but I'm telling you right now, that darkness, and it's moving. It is moving fast. And you better watch with the Democratic Party, because I'm going to tell you a little bit of something about them, okay? And what's really going on under there. Their agenda is so hidden that you can't even see it with your own eyes. The only way that you can see that agenda is through God, because God exposes things that you don't normally see without knowing, and you're having your heart being led by God. You cannot see it, but I see it. I see the darkness. I see not even a darkness. It's like black. It's a blackness. I will not vote. I will not vote for the Democratic Party. I see no light there. I see no light. No light. Not 1 ounce of light. I'm sorry, guys. It's like 30 minutes now. Jeez Louise. There's no light there in the Democratic Party. Their agenda is so evil that it's sad, because it's not even them as people. It's like a darkness is just over them and pulling them, and I'm watching it. You know, we're all good people. We are all good people. God made us good. We are all good people. It's the evil in the world that consumes us, unfortunately. This is why I say don't go in those doors. Don't go in those doors. And I'm telling you this because I know. Now we have people walking the streets all over with signs that is supposed to be one thing, but it's actually another, which is a very dark thing. And racism dates back to slavery. We know that. We are becoming a slave to the devil himself. I'm telling you now, don't go through that door. Don't even go through that door. There is a darkness. And the darkness, I'm watching it unfold on TV. I'm not there, but I'm watching it. And it's terrible. It is a terrible thing. The darkness, and people are being consumed. The devil is just using, just like back when slavery was, because that was a devil thing. That was slavery? Slavery? You think God created that? God didn't create that. That was evil. It had evil all over it. And what's happening is he's got us like a little puppet, the devil, like on strings. And we are ending up right back in that same situation. Only thing is, there's a twist. There's a huge twist. Because you see a mix of people. But there's a very mixed message going on right now. And the Democratic Party, they're behind it. Why is it political? Because they know, the Democrats know, if they stand behind Black Lives Matter and basically submit, because I'm watching this, like they are like, people are submitting to this. This is evil. I hope that people wake up and realize this is a very evil thing. This is evil. You're like submitting yourself to the devil. That's what you're doing. Has nothing to do with the color of your skin. This has nothing to do with that. You are being eaten alive. You are being eaten alive. And you need to wake up. And, oh God, my nose just keeps running. You're being eaten alive. And the Democratic Party, Pelosi, she kneels down like submitting, and they say it. That is a devil thing. That is a very satanistic thing happening right now. It's crazy, but I see it. I see it. I see the darkness, and it's moving over us, all of us right now. We need to get away from there. We need to not go in that door. Again, I will keep repeating it, and I will keep saying this over and over again. Do not go in that door. Do not go in that door, or you will be so sorry. You will be sorry. You will be very sorry that you even went in that door. This is why I chose not to go out and protest, because It's not where God wants us to be. Even though we have a voice and we have rights, but this is a political agenda. This is an evil devil agenda. And what's going to happen is now the Democratic Party is for Black Lives Matter. I think I said that just before. And Biden, I'm really sorry to tell you this. And I'm going to tell you what's in my heart right now. Only God knows what will happen. But I will tell you what I'm seeing. When it's like I'm visioning this happening. That they are going to have, Biden is going to have a, how do I even say it? Because I actually feel weird. I actually feel weird to say white or a black person, or I feel weird. Like, so that's another thing that's in my heart. Like, I don't like to do that. I want to just say the name of the person, and I want to just say who they are. Okay? I don't like to say that. Because we've just grown up in this world where it's like, oh, well, they're black, they're white, they're this, they're that, blah, 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 blah. I never felt right saying that. Okay? Never, because I don't see color. I don't see the color of someone's skin. I just don't. I don't. And I will never. I will see your heart. I've always been that way. Like, your heart is what's important to me. I don't really care what you look like on the outside, because your heart is who you are as a person. And it doesn't matter the color of your skin. You can be not a nice person. You could be not a good person. Doesn't matter the color of your skin. And your heart is what people should see, not the color of your skin. Those people that were murdered, those people, all these people that were murdered, whether they were black or whether they were white or whatever they were, Hispanic or whatever, it doesn't matter. What happened to them is wrong. It's murder. And it doesn't matter who did it. Because the person who did it, doesn't matter who they are, their heart wasn't right. And it's a very evil thing to murder someone and hurt someone. It's a very evil thing. But I will go back to this. There is a political agenda here. We're in election year. I'll just real quick recap. We're in election year. We have a pandemic that somehow there's lies and lies and lies, and nobody can figure out the truth here. But we already know that was created in a lab in 2017, 2018. I think it was more or less 2018. And then all of a sudden it's gotten out and around election year. It's kind of weird. And then now you have Biden being backed by the Clintons and the Obama administration and the Obama. And, you know, they are going to have Michelle Obama. I said it. Yeah. He is going to ask Michelle Obama to be his running mate. Biden will. Why? And all the more now because we have a Black Lives Matter issue right now going on. So it's pretty interesting. And so because the Democrats now basically are submitting to Black Lives Matter, and I'm not saying this as in a way to say that we all matter. We all matter. Like, I mean, in God's eyes, we all matter. You know, he's not going to pick someone who has a certain color skin over another. It doesn't work that way. That's not how God works. And that's not how we should work. But unfortunately, we have the devil that most certainly is walking on this earth right now, and he's controlling a lot of us. A lot. And it's very scary. It's a very scary thing. And it's pretty crazy that, like, I didn't want to get on here and talk about this. And this is where God led me to be. And it's very uncomfortable. I am uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable having this discussion. But when you love God, you do what is the right thing by him. And this is the right thing to do. And to tell you people to wake up, and to tell you people to do not go in that dark door. That dark door is open. Do not go in that door, because there's a very evil agenda here, and Michelle Obama will be his running mate, and it will help push him through election year. They know that, and they clearly have this agenda that they started. There's an agenda here. And as many people that do not want to see it, that is fine. You don't have to see it. But I see it. It makes perfect sense. Why did this all happen? So like one man all of a sudden in election year being murdered. Not only being murdered, but being murdered by a cop. Okay? And then it goes from being murdered to being murdered by a cop, and then from being murdered from a cop to being murdered. It just all like it just is crazy. Like, what does it matter? The color of the skin. The guy murdered him. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Why are we throwing someone's color of the skin into the mix? Because George Floyd was a man, just like this cop was a man. We're all human beings. How does this get totally out of control? How many cops are good cops? How many? Many good cops. Many good cops. And this has become a terrible issue for him. For him. Yes. For him. For God. This is a terrible issue right now. And we have to stop it. We have to stop. Fear. The fear is so bad. It is so bad. It is so bad. My husband said actually a while ago, I don't know, it was like months ago, he said, oh, there's going to be a war. He said there is going to be a war that's going to happen. And like, what does he mean by that? A war. And the Democrats are behind it. They are. But something is going to happen. And it explains why I always said that Trump being president is very biblical. Something is going to happen. So we're having all this stuff going on, the riots and the this. I mean, we're having Black Lives Matter painted on the streets. We're having a Black Lives Matter street sign in Washington, D.C. Like, are we not seeing this? And I mean all people. The devil is using something that he already used. And he knew what it brought to the world. He knew what it brought to the world. And he's bringing it. He's bringing it back. And there is a lot of good that I do see that are trying to hold it together. And a lot of these people that are out there protesting and walking right now, you don't even know that God is using you right now, because there has to be something holding it together for the good. So right now, the Democrats think they have a lead right now because, which they're saying that Biden does. Then they're going to get Michelle Obama, and she is going to be his running mate. And then they're going to get even more ahead. But what's going to happen is God is going to come right in between and intervene. Because it's just, I don't know. It's just not going to happen. I can't even say. I just know that this is what's happening right now. And it's going to be a whole Black Lives Matter thing. I mean, it's literally written on the streets in Washington, D.C. right now. Bow Street and Street Corner. And I don't know if you guys are not seeing this, but I don't know what to tell you. You gotta wake up. Because people who think that this is about Black Lives Matter, I'm sorry, you are mistaken. This is about the devil coming in and trying to divide us again, as he once did long ago. And what will this prove? It will not prove anything. People murdering people has nothing to do with the color of our skin. It has to do with the heart. And if we all knew God, our hearts would be in the right place. But because many, many, many people walk this earth and they don't know God, the hearts are broken. And when the hearts are broken, the devil sees a way in. And he will use it to his advantage to seek, kill, destroy, and divide. We already have that right now happening. He's seen weakness. He sought it out. He killed a man. Seek, kill, destroy. What's happening now is we have destruction. Burning buildings, violence, you name it. Riots, violence, destruction. Seek, kill, destroy, destruct. So seek, kill, destroy, and what did I say? Divide. So now he is working on division. And we already know that the political world right now of the Democrats and the Republicans are divided. We already have them divided. So the division is already there. This is just the icing on the cake. And this is what I'm seeing. This is the discernment that I am getting. This is a very long video, and excuse me, I'm sorry. It took me a little bit in the beginning to get off to this, but this is something that I couldn't just write down. Excuse me. This is something I couldn't write down. This is something that I can't make up. And this is something that is very personal. And I only got on here because this is where God wanted me to be. So we have those 4 things going on. And I don't even know if I even said it all right, because I'm not perfect, but I trust in God to lead me. So I trust that this is where he wanted me to be. And if people are going to hate me for it, then go ahead and hate me for it. But there's one thing I know, that I love all. I love all people. I just don't have, I don't have a hate in my body. I don't have a hate bone in my body for anyone. I'm sad. I'm sad for people who feel that they need to murder people. I'm sad for people that feel that they need to hurt people and be destructive and burn buildings down to have a voice. I'm sad for those people because the reality of it is those people, they're lost and they need prayer, and it makes me sad because we all need prayer right now. And it's sad that the darkness is moving in, and we just keep, there's people, it's not, I'm not the only one that just keeps saying, wake up, guys, you gotta wake up. You know, you're sleeping. You're sleeping. You're in that darkness and you're sleeping and you're just like, you just don't see it. And so people like me, there are other people out there that are trying to tell you to wake up. And it's really sad. But this has definitely become a very political situation, and people who think that this is going to make a point, it's not. The only point that it's making right now is a political point, an evil political agenda. So, when it comes time election year, remember that I told you that. And remember that I told you, if you go through that door, you will not like what you find. You will not. And I mean, where are you going? Who are you voting for? You will not like it. So I'm just going to end it. This was almost an hour. This is crazy. I think this is probably like the longest video I've ever done, but I think I said a lot, and I can't stress it enough that we need to just come together, and I mean come together in love for each other, and stop looking at each other by the color of our skin. I thought I just heard a bang. Keep hearing a bang. So anyway, I'm ending it there. I hope you guys have a blessed night, and we need to all just come together and realize that running around with signs that describe the color of our skin, it is not a good thing. It's not a good thing. It is not a God thing at all. It is not. What we should be doing is going around talking about the corruption that's going on. We should talk about, because that's a part of it. We should walk around saying, if these people are no good, it doesn't matter. Then they need to find a better place to go, because I just don't think it's ever going to change. It's never going to change. There's always going to be that enemy coming in and trying to divide us. So we have to just be very careful. You have to be very careful on a lot of things. And I don't know. There's so much more I want to say, but I just want to say that I love all my friends. I have all kinds of friends. All kinds of skin color. I hate even saying that. I think it's so crazy to even say that, but I think it's like important to say it right now because of what's going on, and to make people realize, like, it doesn't matter. To me, I don't see this I don't see this. I don't see the color. The color. I don't see the color, you know? I don't see the color of the skin. I don't see it. But when you really want to get down to it, if we're talking about that in that way, yeah, I have all kinds of friends from all walks of life. And I love them all. I love all of them. I love people I don't even know. That's just how it works. That's how it's supposed to work. You know, you may not like how people are sometimes. You may not agree with people. You know, you can agree to disagree. Yeah, you can. But you still can love each other. And I just don't know what is going on. It has to be, it's an evil thing. It's an evil darkness. It's an evil darkness. And it's like, I can't go to the darkness. I just can't. I am for light and love and God, and I am for all human beings. And I know where we all came from. And we're all beautiful, and, you know, we're made to be beautiful. Our skin color is just all of our skin colors. It's just amazing how unique we all are. And we just need to embrace each other. We need to be embracing each other. You know, beautiful. We are all beautiful. It just makes me sad. Every time I keep talking about it, it makes me sad. Because the devil is just trying so hard to divide us right now. You know, he's already divided the Democrats and the Republicans. So now, you know, we got to be divided now, right? It's pretty sick. Sick makes me sick to my stomach. It makes me sick to my stomach. Because this is not the way. This is not God's way. This is not God's way. God loves us all. He loves us all. I keep hearing knocking and stuff. I don't know. It's freaking me out for a minute. I think it's my neighbor. So I'm going to end it there. And God loves us all. And I pray that we all can just come to some understanding that, you know, there's an evil out there that's trying to control us and trying to have power over us and trying to divide us. And a lot of us are blind and we can't see that. And we think that by saying Black Lives Matter or White Lives Matter or Hispanic Lives Matter, that's just going to change anything, because it's not. It's just going to keep dividing us. And we can't let that happen. We have to stop it from happening. And the only way we could stop it from happening is if people just start rising against that evil together. Because it's exactly what it is. It's an evil thing. And we need to be waking up and realizing that it has nothing to do with the color of our skin. It has nothing to do with the color of our skin. It has to do with our hearts. Where are our hearts at? Where's your heart? Where is your heart right now? Where is it? So much love to you all. Good night.